Libra, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We're in Cancer season. We're coming up or on a full moon in Capricorn. We also have Saturn and Mercury go into retrograde at the end of this week. And then Neptune and Pluto are already in retrograde. So lots of astrological things that are happening. What I like about retrogrades is they really give us an opportunity to slow down, to take our time, to not rush through things too quickly. Right now, Mars is in Virgo, which it's exactly that vibe of being patient with how things unfold, making sure that we're vetting the things that we're signing on to. I mean, really, Mercury retrograde, they say like, don't sign contracts and blah, 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 and all this stuff. Use your discretion. I'm all about being practical, like, if it makes sense and you already have things underway, etc. But if you're kind of doing like something quick, be mindful, right? Just take your time. That's my message. Take your time. The astrology's message, I should say. And a lot of like what we're dealing with the full moon is it's kind of gritting on how we feel about situations, people, how these dynamics are actually playing out and manifesting in our life. It's hard not to feel a lot around it. Because it's requiring, it's like death of a fantasy is what I'm hearing. It's requiring us to see the reality of situations, people, dynamics, etc., and then make changes accordingly. Never easy. But that's also why I really like to start off these readings with an energy cleansing. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out blocks, obstacles, limitations we might be coming to in those situations. It's also a really good time to set your own intention, especially if you do have something on your heart or mind that you would like spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give those things over, be open to receive. It is a really, really great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are interested in more of a realignment of self, mind, body, and soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're feeling aligned in self, when we know who we are, what we want, etc., that's really where we manifest happiness, abundance, fulfillment from, right? Not these places that we're disconnected or, doing something for a quick fix. We don't always see it that way. I'm not trying to overcomplicate this right now. We don't always see it that way, but hopefully, here's the thing. When we're aligned, when we're in alignment with self, then it's way easier to kind of sift through those things that might not be highest and best for us. So all that to say, I would love to support in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being, so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love. All right, Libra. I don't know, you feel like, a little bit out of it this week. Maybe it's hard to focus or it's hard to kind of get your thoughts straight. This feels a little bit like Neptune in retrograde. Unfortunately, the downside of Neptune in retrograde is it can make things feel fuzzy. And this can be like cloudiness of judgment or like lack of mental clarity, lack of, just feeling like, you know, it's so different when we feel very clear in our thoughts and in our emotions and very present in our life. And it feels like you're just not really vibing with that right now. As I'm saying that, I'm reminded of this herb Ayurveda recommends. You can find it on the interwebs. It's called Brahmi, and it's a really good herb for mental clarity. They use it in a lot of Nasya practices, helping clear out the prana, especially when it comes to our mental, emotional. Yeah, because there are some things that you're letting go of this week. And maybe that's kind of what's happening, maybe where that cloudiness is coming in, because I'm feeling like some of this stuff is really like deep-rooted, deep-seated situations, old wounds, traumas, etc., that you're like, your physical body is really unearthing from your system this week. Not to be overly dramatic, but that's how it feels. And I'm saying it in that way because I feel like part of like the mental fog, lack of clarity it's part of that release. It's that detoxification process. You know this, especially if you've ever gone through, you know, a detox, any type of detox, food, whatever, water, juice, etc. Like your body has to get rid of the toxins first. And the side effects of that stuff can be horrid, right? It's the nausea. Sometimes there's vomiting. Sometimes, you know, there's headaches or just complete wanting to sleep and do nothing else, etc., the brain fog. But those are good signs. Sorry, I don't know why I'm getting like so dramatic about stuff right now. Those are good signs. I feel like it's given you, you know, that you're releasing is what I'm saying. And that's kind of where you're at. I think there are some things that are changing, and the reality of a situation's coming out. It hasn't really come out quite yet, but it is. It is. I feel like you are letting go of something first, and then the pieces are going to be filled in, is what it looks like. And someone's kind of waiting for the right place, right time to do this. I feel like this is someone in the background. I feel like this is someone that you don't really see, you know, but this is someone you know, definitely, like someone who's kind of, I feel like someone who's like watching you to give someone else information. And you might even be dealing with a group of people, Libra, because this does have this energy of like, I don't know if it's the ringleader, I don't know, but someone that you need to be honest and truthful, or you have that expectation that that person's situation is going to be honest and truthful, is just not. And it looks like some of this is coming out this week. Yeah, this is stuff that you have been picking up. This is stuff that you've been sensing. I feel like someone is covering their butt. I feel like they want, I don't know, they want you to do certain things for them. And it feels like you are setting some boundaries, or you've already set some boundaries. It does kind of look like you have certain expectations of what this is going to look like. Yeah, gosh, dude, 7 of Swords. Okay, let's look at this. Yeah, Libra, this is a little... 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, and... oh, Queen. It does look like someone's giving you an opportunity or trying to reconnect with you. Maybe this is about letting go of something that has happened. I feel like someone is feeling guilty. They're having a hard time being honest, because here's the thing, whatever this is someone feeling like really humbled by the actions that they took. Would they tell you that? I don't know. You know, it doesn't really look like that. It looks like they want you to feel bad for them. They want you to be empathetic towards them. But it does kind of feel like this was a situation that like was not very pleasant at all, you know, where whatever happened, it was built on lies. And it also looks like, Libra, like you might not have gotten your fair shake out of this, right? Like you, to whatever capacity, it looks like you were trying to be understanding and empathetic, but also having a hard time with whatever they were doing or how they were showing up. Like, it does look like to some capacity you were really trying to be honest, you know? And someone didn't take it that way. Instead, they took it like you were trying to control them, and so they made decisions out of that. There's a lot of, both parties are defensive. Let's look at this movement. It feels like there's progress in this situation. This is how I'm taking this. Like, the situation has been kind of dormant for a little bit, but there's starting to be, it looks like someone's reaching out or trying to figure out, like I said, because we have this spy, we have someone who's waiting for the perfect moment. Very interesting energy. They want to transition. They want to move forward. They want things to become a little bit more peaceful. And you're not quite there yet. We are seeing this a lot in the collective, like making sure that, you know, people aren't getting too, like, proactive. Maybe that sounds counterintuitive, but just this value of not pushing something before it's ready is what I'm getting at. And it feels a little bit like someone's trying to do that in this dynamic. Like I said, there is definitely someone who's watching you, whether that is like on social media or like whatever. They're just kind of trying to follow your moves and assess whether or not you're ready to have a conversation with them. I do think overall, it's good because it's allowing you to let something go that has been a little sticky, has been a little bit messy. And I think it is also exposing where there have been where there have been lies, where there have been things that have been said that are just like not true, that are not the reality of a situation, which I think is the whole point of this situation. And for some reason, you know, I mean, I think this is good, obviously, like you've been protected throughout, like spirit has been protecting you in this dynamic. I feel like there's a lot up in the air. I think this is not super easy to iron out in 1 week or 1 day. It's not, because everybody's on a different page. Everybody has a different perspective. But it is about letting go of something, right? Like, it is about letting go of what really is keeping you still feeling this level of instability, right? Or keeping you stuck to the past, keeping you in this frustration. And that's what I'm hearing for you, Libra. It's like, not everything has to be sorted at once. You're in this Knight of Pentacles energy where it's easier for you to take your time. It's easier for you to just baby steps, 1 step at a time, because I do feel like something is asking for something from you. It might not be 100% forgiveness. I don't know that I necessarily see an apology, because someone's kind of stubborn in that regard. There is this energy of like, I have to do everything by myself, and they're still holding on to things of the past too. So it's an awkward energy. It's not like an interaction where there's like a lot of regret. Like, there is, but there isn't. And that's kind of where I feel like spirit is going to require you to be honest with yourself, where you're at, what your truth is. I appreciate what life gives me. Appreciating even like them extending the olive branch or whatever, even if it's not exactly how you would want the conversation to go or how you would want them to show up. All that I need is around me. I just need to align myself, focus, and express gratitude. Expressing gratitude doesn't specifically mean that we justify bad behavior, right? Like, gratitude can still be thankfulness for the lesson, or creating boundaries and just saying, hey, thank you for having a hard conversation with me, but this is where I'm at, you know? That to me is more loving. It is more harmonious. Yes, it does feel good in the moment to get mad and point the finger and, you know, whatever. But I don't know. It is kind of hard. What does that get us, right? When we're doing that, we're not loving the person, and we're not also loving ourselves. Like Maharishi Ayurveda has this value of like, you can't tell someone how to live or what to do because they're just not going to hear it. Like, and that is just the truth. Most people do not listen and take advice. Most people like have to like experience for themselves, and that's how they learn. And that's not a bad thing, right? When I am present, my true self appears. The authentic self is an expression of pure love. Loving myself is my real spirit. When I love, I know, and know myself, I'm capable of truly loving others 100%. And I was also hearing this value of like, we go through these experiences that are harder so that we can learn to love ourselves more, right? So we can say, hey, I don't deserve this, or, you know, I'm really going to set this boundary for myself so that I am loving myself in a better way. And that's kind of how I see your energy coming through. Believing my own story drives me to a confused life. My ego forces me in a subtle way to learn things that might not be the truth. When I doubt what I've learned, I create truth within myself. This is being fair, right? Essentially like being fair to everybody involved, trying not to believe your own story, your own ego. Everybody has a different reasoning for things. And again, at the end of the day, we can choose what boundaries we have. I feel like so much of this is about being honest with yourself, Libra, about what you want, about what works for you, what makes sense for you, so that you can let go, you can move on, and find peace with this. It feels messy. There's a lot of moving parts in it, and it definitely has like a messy vibe to it. So to the best of your ability, things are unfolding this week. Try to be open, especially if people are reaching out, trying to have conversations with you. I feel like there might be value in that. Even if it's not the result you want, I feel like there's information that is valuable for you to let go and to move forward. So thank you so much. Sorry if that was a little long-winded. I really appreciate your energy. Thank you for your time. I hope you found messages that resonated here for you. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share it, and a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the blessings that you send to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.